good, good Sunday. I'm sorry, MC really tripped me up here. Good Sunday evening to you all out there, and welcome into another episode of the Park and Brown Show. We're hosted. I'm Jacob. That's Casey Kidman and Mr. Nick Carnes down below. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Give us that big old thumbs up. You want to get some tickets for the upcoming season? Go ahead and get them over there with our friends at SeatGeek. Use our promo code Barking Browns, all one word. Get $20 off that first purchase. Gentlemen, how are we?
I'm still taking a ride on the struggle bus. As Jacob can attest, though, I sound 10 times better than I did yesterday. Unless you like Darth Vader, and then I sound worse because I no longer sound like Darth Vader. But there was no way I was missing tonight's show. We got a lot to get into.
I will tell you what. So last night I was scrolling through HBO Max because I love Max, and I discovered that they recently acquired BattleBots. And so I've been watching me some robot warfare all last night and a little bit of today, too. It's been a good time.
All right, so let me ask a question because this got brought up during the game. So is Chris Rose one of the hosts of BattleBots now?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. Okay. It was Kenny Florian back in the day.
I was surprised to see him. And it was kind of cool because I started in 2018 and seeing him in 2018 and then seeing him, in the booth for the Browns preseason game was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what sport he's watching when he's in the booth, though.
Same. Hey, man, I get it. He's from Cleveland, so he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. But there were a couple things that whatever. Preseason, it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm not being. It seems like a lovely person. It was just a very some interesting call. So anyway, yes. So we're a couple of days removed. One thing that I like, we always did this, and we'll figure out what we're going to do for the regular season at some point soon in terms of recording schedule. But I always enjoy doing the Tuesday show for Sunday night games or Sunday during the day games, just because it gives you those 2 days to kind of cool down if you're pissed or settle down if you're a little over.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gets you a little bit more level-headed in a sense. So I like having that little bit of time to get myself back to being like, okay, I can take a level-headed look, because I won't lie, there was a lot of excitement. I mean, anytime your team scores 24, 30 unanswered points on somebody, preseason or not, there's some fun in that, right? I know everything's taken with a grain of salt and everything because it is the preseason and defenses aren't showing complex coverages. And so if you're a decent quarterback, you should be looking good. I don't know what that means about Quinn Ewers and Tyler Shuck, but did you see the final numbers for Quinn Ewers today?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if I can I'll bring those up in a second. But anyway, it all starts, I guess, with Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to let Nick go first. So, Casey, I'll kick it off to you.
I mean, it was an exciting performance.
Connie, by the way, Connie's listening. You are on the clock. In our fantasy league, you are now on the clock.
Let me know if it gets to me while we're on here. Well, you'll know because you're before me, Jacob.
Right.
Exciting performance out of the young man. I was super pumped when they said he was going to start. This is a tremendous opportunity, and by all accounts, everything that happened going in and out of it, I think you consider that a success, what we saw on the field. I think 14 of 23. But I'm not really sure that we learned anything new. He did what we thought, what his skill set says he does. Obviously he's accurate. His ball placement's ridiculous. The things that you can lean on and say this is what his calling card was going into it. Yep, that checks out. He still does those things. He keeps his head up. I think that's something that I've. At times he would drop his eyes at Colorado and just try to do the Houdini stuff. But there was one play in particular right on the goal line where he moves inside the pocket, shifts his weight, and delivers a breaking inside route deep down the field while taking a hit. That's awesome, man. That's the stuff right there. But there's also the things that we were concerned about, the Houdini stuff where he tries to peel out and be a better athlete than he truly is. And he holds on to the ball, but all in all, man, like this is what you build off of. Like this is, in my mind, what I'm really hoping that performance did was close the gap in the coach's mind. I know the fans are going to look at it one way, but the coach is what matter. What his performance does that close the gap between him and Gabriel? Does he start seeing more of the reps that Gabriel was getting? Is it more of a split? That's what I'm hoping came out of it.
Yeah. To be clear, I have Quinn Ewers' stat line from today. He was 5 of 18 for 91 yards and 2 fumbles.
Yuck.
Ooh.
It was. I watched a little bit of that game. I don't know how. I'm just sitting here. I'm such a degenerate. I'm sitting here. At least I didn't bet on preseason football, Nicholas. Yeah, that's freaking right. Although I'll tell you, he got Andy to bet on the Browns over for 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, 11.5, 12.5, and 13.5 points. So they won
up to 17.5. Up to
17.5. So they won like 12 bets.
He did.
Man,
he did.
Nice. Stacked.
Because, so I looked at it in the morning, and the Browns over 14.5 points was plus 250. The books did not expect the Browns to score any points, and I'm like, if Shedeur is worth half of his salt, they're going to score. And sure enough, they did.
And we knew
we made some nice cheddar, man. We made some nice cheddar on that. And
we knew he was going to play, and then several hours before the game, we knew he was going to play a lot because Kevin Stefanski says, we're going to give him like 50 plays. And I think that's close to what he played. I think he had like 53 snaps or something like that.
That sounds right.
I don't have the number in front of me, but I think it was pretty close. But several hours before the game, around like noon or so, we knew it was like, oh, he's going to play 50. And it's like, even if the Panthers started their starters, they were like the worst defense in the league last year. So it's like, them scoring at least 17 or 20 points felt pretty good. So if you were getting odds like that, you'd be stupid not to take them. So I'll do my Shedeur thing before somebody declares him. What?
Shedeur had 45.
45. So very close to what he said. Kevin was like, 50 plays, a nice workload. We think he'll get that opportunity. Yeah. Okay, cool. So he gets the 45. So before Mr. Franchise Quarterback has been found in one preseason game talks, I'll say what I say. I had a very Bill Belichick response to this, and when our friend Randy Gurzy asked about it, I said he passed the test on to the next one. Like that was he's like, oh, okay, thanks, Bill. And I'm like, he was like, Matt. I was like, no, this is the way I looked at it. Leading up to this, I had said, like, I wrote this the day before and the day of. I was like, this is the first real test he's getting. Because of the amount of reps he's gotten, the type of reps that he had in practice, don't get me wrong, those were tests. Those were tests, and he was passing them for the most part. Way more good than bad coming out of camp. But you saw some issues here and there in camp, and they were nothing major. But, so he had passed all of those things, and it was like, okay, hey, now we're going to put you out there. And the biggest thing that we have heard as to why Dylan Gabriel is ahead of you is the mental aspect. It's what's happening on the whiteboard, what's happening communicating in the huddle, what's happening procedurally in terms of running the offense. So now you are not only going to get your opportunity to run the offense, but you're going to really get your opportunity to run the offense because you're going to be in a game, getting all the calls, getting all the communication, getting the calls, getting people lined up. And you saw him move people. You saw him line up people. He had a very good grip on what he was being asked to do. It was very obvious that he felt comfortable. There were some throws. That first throw was a little high. I think it felt like to me maybe a little
juiced up.
Yeah, and he kind of just put it because you could tell. I'm like, he can make that throw in his sleep. Like,
I still need Deontay to catch that though.
I do too. You get both hands on the ball. And
I still need him to catch it.
Yeah,
it wasn't a good throw. But
I'm with you.
A guy out.
He should have helped. Yeah, absolutely help your quarterback out in that situation. But it felt like nerves to me, like it was a bad pass. But I'm like, I don't think he does that 99 times out of 100. He makes a better throw there, and yeah, I feel weird about the Grossi thing. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll tell you why I feel weird about it, and I'm probably being a bit of a bitch about it. I think I am.
Same, but my reason's a little different than yours, but it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I think it's like, is it really harmless? Yeah,
yeah, no.
So, but anyway, it was okay. Here we are giving you an NFL playbook. Can you do the procedural stuff? Oh yeah, he did. Check those boxes for me. Great. Mm-hmm. I didn't think he couldn't, but Dylan Gabriel, we know, was executing those aspects relatively well. That is why he was ahead of him. Well, he's able to show you that he can do those things. Mm-hmm. Once you started getting like pre-snap penalties was in the second half when you were really getting deep on the depth chart. And I don't put any of that shit on the quarterback. I put that shit on when that was happening. Like some of the motion stuff and things like that where people will say, I don't really put it because it was a bunch of third and fourth stringers by the time those penalties were really happening. So I'm not saying, SHEDEUR didn't have his guys in the right spot. I think for the most part, I was very happy with that. There's a couple of plays that he scared the shit out of me running that Houdini shit, running around. I'm like, you do that against a good defense and you're going to get toasted.
It's 3rd and 27 real
quick. He only did it twice. Yeah. And he had some pressure. He dealt with some pressure. Mm-hmm. I saw him step up in the pocket and deliver some throws, and I'm like, okay. There was less of that stepping up. A lot of times he was going backwards. They did some stepping up. The accuracy and the placement was there. I said, hey, this is your first big test, and I gave him a B+ on this test because there were still a couple of things that bothered me a little bit, but I thought he was really good, especially considering, he had some reps against starters, but didn't have any starters out there with him. And Dylan Sampson barely played. Harold Fannin barely played. So some of those guys were really – to me, he looked like a rookie quarterback who's not quite ready. I don't think he's quite ready. But boy, I think he looks better than he did in rookie minicamp. Mm-hmm. I think I've seen him work his – everybody's talking about he's done everything right, worked his ass off. I think he showed you that on Friday.
I agree with you. And I would like to start by saying, let me live a little, okay? I get it.
I'm not going to shut you down. I just wanted to say my thing before you said yours.
I understand. But I get, proclaiming him a franchise quarterback is probably a little too much. I understand that, but I'm an excitable boy. And when I see a guy throw dots in the end zone to Caden Davis, I'm just like, okay, fine. Here we are.
I mean, those were two just insane.
Velocity, too. Good velocity and short.
Yeah. The second one
bang down there, and he ripped him.
That second one, just right.
And him trusting the running back to cross his face and pick up that blitz. Because if you just freeze frame that before the running back comes over, that is a dead he's staring down the barrel of pressure, and it didn't even affect him. That was awesome.
Yep.
I'll tell you the things that encouraged me because I watched Kevin Stefanski's entire press conference the day after the game. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was interesting because he very subtly called out how SHEDEUR is taking those reps after practice. He highlighted it. He first of all, he said he felt like he operated well and he did well. But they were talking about how, despite his limited reps, he was asked a question based on the reps that SHEDEUR has had, how impressed were you with his performance? And Stefanski highlighted that SHEDEUR stays after and works after and does those things because I don't think it's a very well kept secret that it's difficult to divvy out reps to 5 different quarterbacks now, right? But SHEDEUR's putting in the work, and I just think that showed. That showed because I saw a stat that I think in his total Colorado tenure, he took 6 snaps from under center. He took 4 in this preseason game. I saw that stat, and I came away very impressed because he saved for a couple plays. He had pressure around him, kept his eyes down the field. He showed that ball placement that we talked about, pre-draft. He had the velocity, like Casey said. There was some anticipation there. For the most part, unless he was literally being bared down on, he was cool in the pocket, kept his eyes down the field, threw accurately, not all the time. Like, I'm not saying he was perfect, but it was just such a highly encouraging performance based on the fact that he's fighting with 4 other guys for quarterback reps. And the coach highlighted it, and he highlighted it. He said he wants to be better. He came off very humble in his post-game presser. And just the way, like, whether it was Larvardin, I'm sorry, I don't know, that one-hander or just the way he placed it to Davis, it just – that's the type of stuff that you say, like, a handful of guys could throw in the NFL. And seeing that is I get it. Like, I'm not trying to go to the moon. It's so insanely encouraging. It's so encouraging. And that's where I come from, man, because the whole I think we have to highlight this. The entire national media was ready to just bury the Browns, bury them.
Oh, they still are.
For sabotaging
that ain't changed.
RG3 is already acting like he didn't say shit. He's like, you
Many
say.
said.
Like,
Many said.
It's like, bro, you are these people.
Like, he did say that, didn't he? Say many said. It's like, you Robert, you said it.
You did. So the fact that SHEDEUR was able to overcome that, he gets the Nike ad out there, and it's like the whole national media is talking about him in a positive way. Browns positive way.
Did you see Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, I did. That's he's just got something, man. It's like Johnny Manziel, but like in
his
a positive.
His star power is real.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
His star power it's really hard to understand how wide his reach is with, like, especially the celebrities. Like, they're all on board right now.
Right, because, like, I thought I understood it, having dealt with just the all the talk that comes around with him since he's been drafted. What was it, 4 months ago, 3.5 months ago? So it's like, I thought I understood it, and then I'm looking in, like, I was talking to Brad Ward in Slack, and I was just like, oh, it's on an even another level now that they're actually, like, playing and stuff. Like, it's crazy. Like the Jamie Foxx thing's the one that really made me go, whoa, wow, this star power is even, deeper. This is what I'll say about it. I know it's preseason. That was his first big chance to. What I look at preseason as is a chance to earn more opportunities. And he earned more opportunities. Like, that's what all of them, not just SHEDEUR Sanders. That's exactly what the preseason is for me. Like, I'm glad that he got this chance. I'm not glad that it came because people got injured, because I hate that.
But you don't choose how your opportunities come.
No,
that can't matter to him in the moment. He's got to go out there and perform and stack and put good stuff on tape. And like I said, I'm just hoping that in the coach's mind now, that gap, whatever that gap was before, it better be smaller. And see what leads from that.
I'm very interested. I would really like to see both rookies against Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, that's what in the game. I don't know how. Of course, I'd like SHEDEUR to get some serious reps again in the joint practices too. But especially in the game, I would really like to see both of them, because then I can see, because if Gabriel operationally is better, well, let's see then. Let me show it to me then. Prove it to me. And show me run that operation, right? Like, and I'm a big Gabriel guy, but, like, I had SHEDEUR significantly higher on my board by, like, 100 spots. Like,
because if you remember in Game 3 last year, Deshaun Watson played, so I'm expecting to see Joe Flacco in Game 3. Maybe they won't do it that way, but I just think this game is really how the guys behind Flacco define themselves, at least in my opinion.
I think part of the Watson thing was it was so bad in camp. Like he was so bad in camp that they were like, we have got to get him reps. And I think they put him out there in a game setting with reps, like just to see if that helped, which it didn't, obviously. But I was hoping. I just want everybody to know that Connie, her handle in our fantasy league is Smelly Cat.
Oh, I saw.
Connie. That is Connie. McLothin's in there. McLothin was upset because he got auto-picked because he timed out. But we fixed it. And now I have his phone number.
That's my commish.
That was his mistake. I let him. So Casey made his pick after McLothin's got auto-drafted twice. And McLothin popped on not long after Casey had made his pick. And I was about to make my pick, and I was like, you know what? I'll fix this, right? I'll fix this.
Yeah.
Because
he had Amon-Ra St. Brown and Devon A-Chain, I believe, because when I picked, that's what the board was.
That was who he got, but he ended up with Lamar Jackson and Bucky Irving, who he wanted.
Yeah.
So then I took Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I would have taken Amon-Ra if he was on the board, but
I should have.
We adapted.
I should have asked you because technically that should have been how.
I got Ashton Genty. I'm not going to cry about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and be all mad.
But I will say I was going to take Lamar. I was going to take Lamar.
Wow. Okay.
I really did.
See, this is something that everybody in the chat that's in the fantasy league can listen to this. This is a true Achilles heel. I refuse to draft other players in the AFC North. I don't care how good you are. I won't pick up a Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson or Mark Andrews. I know I'd be a better fantasy player if I was open to more things, but I can't because I can't have you on my roster and in any way want you to do well at any time. I just can't do it. I'm incapable.
I get it. What do I know? No, I got Nico Collins and Amon-Ra.
So you guys are not in danger from me selecting anyone from those three.
Okay, good to know.
I can't tell you what I want to do because there's a couple of picks still to come up. I guess Bill's with you on that one.
This is weird because in fantasy, if you're on my team, I gotta kind of pull for you a little bit, no matter what. You know what I mean?
I just want to say to Bill, so my dream scenario, I think at this point is to let Joe Flacco play until he proves he shouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Let Joe play, and then. I mean,
well, then all bets are off.
Right. And I would like to see SHEDEUR first, but I'm a seasoned Browns fan. I know that inevitably I'm probably going to see 4 quarterbacks this year. That's just the way it's going to go.
God, I hope let there only be 1 or 2, man. Let's do a normal year.
I can do 2. I can maybe even do 3. But once you start to get to 4, that's when I really. I don't want to do 3, but no. I can do 2. You get 2 all the time. Injuries happen. You get 2 all the time. That's nothing. But once you start doing 4 and 5, personally for me, I would prefer if Joe could get through those first 6. Yeah. Not saying that I don't think SHEDEUR could handle some of that. I just think I would rather not put him through that gauntlet.
Yeah. The entire way I look at Flacco's, I don't want to put a cap on it. I want it to be whoever gives you the best chance to win. As long as that's Flacco, that's Flacco. When the second that it's not, whether that's through play or injury, we move on. But until then, because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'll let him do the first 5, or at least get him through the London game." And
don't force it.
If he gives you the best chance to win, you got to sell the shit to the locker room, man.
Yes,
right.
So as long as he's that guy, the second he's not that guy, whoever the next in line is. That's the move.
Correct. If you are winning with Flacco, you keep him in if he's healthy. Absolutely.
And to Bill's point, I just think if you have if you're 8 weeks in and you have a mediocre record with Flacco, then I think I would probably start to consider something else.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're saying mediocre, so you're 8 weeks in, you're 4-4. You're in the playoff hunt, man. I can't be Hoyering this shit again. We can't do this where you're still in the hunt, and just because the guy falters for a little bit, you throw Johnny in. And
what if you're 4-4, but it's in spite of him?
That's different.
Okay.
If you're 4-4 and the 4 wins weren't because he played well, the defense carried his carcass across the goal line.
If
then
you're
yes.
4-4 and he's got more picks than in touchdowns,
Right.
I'm just curious because that's like, as you know, Connie.
Did she get you? She got what you wanted?
Fucking sniped me.
That's
Now
tough.
I gotta check.
That's tough. I agree, though. You're right, Casey. You're right, Casey. Because I'll never forget that season, man. And yeah, if they, especially given their opponents this year, if you're 500, unless Flacco looks like absolute dog shit,
yeah,
which I can't imagine he would against the good opponents they play.
She sniped me.
All right.
I wanted Jaden. I wanted Jaden Daniels. I just told Nick this. I was going for Jaden Daniels on the next come around. Connie says, nope, suck it. Man, she can't believe it. I can't believe you've done this. Anyway.
Can I give SHEDEUR props on one more thing before we move on?
Yeah.
Sure.
He looked very comfortable turning his back to the defense and executing play fakes.
Yeah.
I need him to sell more on the fakes, but like in this offense in particular, it's very important. And it's the hardest thing to ask a rookie to do is literally get your pre-snap read, but you're turning your back and that picture's gone, and you have to turn back around and reform the picture and make your reads. He looked good doing that, and that's going to suit him well going forward.
One thing I had heard from some people, from a source, from a source of a source, it was that's been a big emphasis with him in camp is the under center stuff. And he's made like leaps and bounds. He just never did it. Like, it's not like he can't do it. He was just never asked to do, like you said, 6 snaps in college under center. And he's already almost eclipsed that in one game. So it shows you that they felt comfortable enough to do it a few times in the game. They're like, yeah, here's
that's going to be a big part of this offense. So you got to be comfortable with doing it,
man. That one bootleg looked a lot like what they did with Baker. I saw it and I was like, yep, this looks like Kevin Stefanski's offense. I saw the running back screen that looked identical. I saw the bootleg that looked identical. It's very encouraging to me that they're going back to Kevin's offense and they're going to do what Kevin does well.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that, Bill, like, yeah, it was the amount of gun was there, but I think it's just had to do with the fact that they're still working on him being under center. Again, because, like, I don't know, like, when you do it 6 times in all of your collegiate career and then you throw him out there and say, we're going to put you under center 15 times in a game, I don't want to do that right away.
I'm sorry, okay? It's been a while since because post Baker they tried to change the whole offense, right? But what Kevin did was highly effective with Baker until he broke his shoulder. Like, can we not agree there?
Oh, I'm on the clock.
Heard you love the clock.
All right.
Big old clock.
He does, loves them.
I'm on the clock, which means Casey's about to be on the clock.
It's all good. You don't know who I want. You're not going.
I don't like this. I don't like this very much.
No Jameson, no Garrett Wilson.
Let's hurry up and stay on the offensive side of the ball and kind of talk about guys who flashed for you on the offensive side before we move to the defensive side.
Okay,
so Nick, who flashed for you, man?
Man, I'll tell you what. Caden Davis. Davis caught 2 touchdowns. That's pretty exciting, man. That's pretty. He finds a way to get open. He's got some damn good hands. He's catching balls in traffic and through contact. That was exciting. That was exciting to see. I don't know, because we talked about how, are they going to keep more than 2 tight ends? I don't know. But Caden Davis, that was a nice showing from him.
I think all the guys who I consider to be fringe practice squad guys all showed up, man. All of them did. Floria balled out, and he didn't play that many snaps, actually.
Okay. All right.
Am I on the clock? Did you do the thing?
I did the thing.
Oh, my God. Jacob took Baker Mayfield.
Bold move, Cotton.
I took Baker Mayfield in the 3rd round, baby. Let's go.
All right. There it is.
All right. Well, I'm on the clock. So, Floria,
89
McDonald,
is Caden Davis, Amber.
Larvadane, like all
Oh,
those dudes who I consider fringe practice squad to roster guys who could end up on either side of that fence. They all balled out. Like I think they're making an interesting conversation for that last one if they decide, because if I had to map out the Browns' top 6 wide receivers, I'm probably still giving that 6th spot to DeAndre Carter, but that's up for grabs in my mind. I don't know if it is for the coaching staff, but like Larvadane's return abilities, I think that could kind of trump him over someone like DeAndre Carter, who I don't know what he's really going to give you on offense.
It's probably too early for Baker, but like
They got Emeka Ibuka, man.
Emeka Ibuka, freaking Godwin coming back, Mike Evans, like what Bucky Irving.
What's up, Jake?
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're not
I
sorry.
don't know what came over me, and that was not. I did not think that was an option for me right there, but I just I just pulled a 180. I gotta let McLaughlin. I gotta let him know he's about to be on the clock. Once Casey's done. Yeah. So Larvadan, you're not supposed to pronounce the I. Larvadan is what it is apparently. That was a big dude for me going in. I wrote about him a couple of weeks, or a couple of days before the game. Had 2 really big catches. He probably automatically makes the roster because he successfully ran a jet sweep for a touchdown. So Kevin probably is like, yep, that's it. Pencil him.
He's been waiting for so long.
He's been waiting for somebody to be able to do that.
So long for that.
Write it in pen, baby. Stick it down. Put it in there. And then he had a 30-yard punt return. So you're talking about like guys that could play with some wide receiver and not just be returners. Because I know our friend Brad Ward hates special teams only. I mean, he hates it.
Yeah.
He hates them. Like, he had the anger that was seething out of him on the React last week because he wanted to he just didn't want Tony Brown or DeAndre Carter to just make the roster if they couldn't play corner or wide receiver. But Larvadan kind of showed you special teams, and he showed you that he can play wide receiver, and he's fast and elusive, and he really stood out for me. Amani Marshall is a good one, as Bill brought in. Didn't showcase his receiving ability, which he's a pretty good receiver out of the backfield, but was really nice in pass pro. Right, like he had some nice pass protection, and he ran hard like a bulldozer. And they need a bulldozer. Like he really caught my attention too.
I was pleasantly surprised by all the running backs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They performed better than I thought they would as a unit in total.
Send our good
so
friend.
Scary Terry's off the board.
You know, that was almost the direction I went.
Yeah, I figured.
Can I ask you guys a question? And I know it's a dumb question.
Shoot, what we got?
I'm pulling up the Browns box score right now because I just want to not get this wrong. Who is Travion Williams? Because that dude gained some yards.
Yeah.
5.2 yards carried, man.
The Travion Williams he's actually been in the NFL like 9 years.
Got a little burst.
Only got like 80 career carries, but he's been in the NFL for like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll tell you what. When they got the run game going, that was pretty damn good. You had the highest yards per carry of any of the. But no, sorry. I don't want to shortchange Toa Tua. I don't want to shortchange Toa Tua because he averaged 6 yards a carry, which is also exciting.
Yeah. Those running backs, like it feels like the Judkins thing still completely up in the air, I am going to prepare myself for him to be suspended at the beginning of the year regardless. However long that ends up being, I don't know. But if he spends the year, the beginning of the year suspended, they're going to need another running back, and hopefully they don't think it can be Pierre Strong again. Please don't let it be Pierre Strong again.
Yeah.
And but all of these guys, Tua and Travion Williams, Amani Marshall, they all had some pretty it seems like a legitimate, like, if one of those guys is going to make a roster, it seems like a legitimate battle, because they really all three, I think, had some moments where you're like, because you want a power back. They need a short yardage power back, and Tua and Amani Marshall especially are exactly that.
All right, we got to touch on a negative real quick. Does Dustin Hopkins still have the yips?
Even the ones he made look terrifying to me.
I thought the makes seemed okay, except for the one right before the miss. He almost
even the first PAT it squeaked in,
weird.
man. Like the very first one, it scared me.
I'm a little worried about that kicker situation, man.
Yeah, that's fair. That's 100% fair, man. It's such a weird position too, because what we watched him do in 23 was like,
right,
dude, he was automatic. But he had also like exceeded what his career was too.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at what his career was, and he was insanely accurate from inside 50 for his career, and he was like a 50% kicker from beyond 50. And then in 23, he was automatic all the way through 50. Like automatic, like a 90% make guy, and then you can't go wrong with that. Then you saw what happened last year, and unfortunately they signed him so that they were tied to him. But like, you can't lose games based on your kicker.
Well,
you cannot let that be your Achilles heel.
I'm still scarred from 22, man. Like I can't go back through every single game in my head right now, but I believe they lost 3 games to kickers in 2022 because they just had no reliable kicking game whatsoever, despite having a top 10 offense with Jacoby Brissett. And it scares me, man, because that playoff run in 23 was largely built on Dustin Hopkins game winners, man. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and there's a third one that I can't remember right now. But Dustin Hopkins kicked 3 game winners in 23. Like, no matter how good your offense is, no matter how good your defense is, a lot of times the game comes down to just kicking.
Yeah.
Man, like I started because the pain's a little less now. So I finally started watching Hard Knocks AFC North, and I watched a replay of the Eagles versus the Ravens. It was like a Sunday night game, I think, and both teams were red hot, and Justin Tucker missed like a gazillion field goals, and the Eagles ended up winning by like 6. And it's like the Ravens should have ran away with that game, even with Saquon Barkley, even though the Eagles were the eventual Super Bowl champions. But Justin Tucker just missed too many damn opportunities, and they lose that game. I think he missed 3 field goals in that game, and they lost by 6.
And then you've got Cam Little hitting a 70-yarder for the Jags in the preseason. I think he had a few more yards to go too on that one. He had a few more, so it is what it is. On the defensive side, as we transition over there, talk about that for a little bit. 49's everywhere, ain't he?
Buddy, 6 plays, 5 tackles.
It's 6 tackles.
Total.
He had 6 total tackles on 13 plays, which means he essentially made the play half the time he was out there in terms of tackling. Like, he was there. He found them. And then he ran in coverage with Ted McMillan. That was a thing he did the number 8 overall pick. He ran
Also, something I don't want them to do, though. I get he's physically gifted, but if we could knock that shit off, pretty please.
No, I don't need that very much.
He can carry, though, to the second level, which will lend itself to several zone coverages, man, where we just haven't had a guy with this kind of range, man.
Yeah.
JOK's a different type of linebacker. I can't wait. I pray that he's able to come back to his career and we're able to see these two on the field at the same time and the problems that they could cause for opposing offenses, man.
Is Carson Schlesinger potentially good enough to make you wear 49?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
He's not gonna do it until they lock it in. But Andy said, our friend Andy said, if you get the jersey and he changes his number, they won't send it to you until the numbers are locked in.
Yeah, Schwesh is a dog, man. I honestly, he's going to lead the team in tackles this year, and he will lead the NFL in tackles before the end of his rookie contract.
Baby.
He's that guy.
I'll tell you, Mason Graham made a lot of havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were just like, we're going to double team this guy right away. And I saw a couple of people on Twitter that were like, man, I hope he gets double teamed all preseason long. And that way, week 1, when they stop double teaming him because they have to double team Mason or Myles Garrett, that he's just like, oh, okay. Like, all right. Like, right out the gate.
Good, man. He looks good.
And he's in a different style of defense, which is interesting because that was one question that some people had about him coming into this Jim Schwartz, which was more of an attacking style.
Penetrate, yeah.
Yeah, you play the run on your way to the pass. That's what it is. They want you penetrating and attacking like you're rushing the passer all the time. And if it ends up being a run play, you try to play it on your way there. That's his style.
When do we add Michael Hall to that mix?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, that's part of it. That's part of it. I mean, this defensive line has the opportunity to be just so incredibly deep and whatnot. The thing that I like the most with him was there's this one rep with Mason Graham where he is double teamed. He kind of loses his footing a little bit, and he kind of like chucks the guys down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of on his knees, but he's still up, hits the running back's legs, and then his teammates, I think it was Schlesinger, come in and clean it up. But he's in the hole waiting because he just literally just shoved a double team out of the way. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what he does. That's what I was telling everybody he does.
Relentless.
And then there's the guy that did some things that I thought was crazy in Aiden Huntington. Have you ever seen a defensive tackle make three tackles on kickoff before?
Nope.
Not after high school. You don't see that after high school, brother.
Yeah, you see it in high school, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see that shit past high school. That's wild.
It's Joe Thomas. Every time it happened, Joe Thomas is like, what the? It was like,
Right.
Well, it's just jarring to see a 66 out there, which I need him to change numbers, obviously, because that doesn't play for me. But like,
that's offensive line.
yes, I'm saying, you're like, is this James Hudson? What's happening? And he's just floating down the field making plays. And then what he did on defense as well. Like, in my mind, just based on what he did on special teams, he's got to make this team. Even if you just took that into account, dude, like that right there is invaluable. And if you can bolster, like your defensive line.
Plays inside, plays outside, had some good rushes. He had a sack. I think he had a sack.
I do think that outside of a couple blunders, Andrew Berry has made a lot of good moves as GM. And I really hope that this year starts to show that fruit. Because, man, like, I understand. Like, I get it with the Deshaun trade. I get it. That sucks. But, like, there's a lot to like, man. There's a lot to like about the talent that they're building, about the core that they're building, about what they've been able to do despite not having those picks. And I'm excited about it. Like you got the worst break of all with JOK not being available this year. And then Jordan Hicks retires, and we're still just over here talking about these new linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's a good place to be.
Yeah, and adding Jerome Baker, I think solid. I think a solid under the radar thing that happened there. He's a true pro. I think, and you're going to be mostly 2 linebacker sets for most of the season anyway. You're not going to go 3, but even if you do, with Devin Bush, with Diabate, you know, considering you lost JOK for the season and Hicks retired, that's wild. I'm not even concerned about linebacker right now. Which is, considering what you lost is kind of fucking wild.
Yeah.
Aiden Huntington had a sack, a tackle for a loss, and 2 QB hits, and
like that.
6 total tackles. He led the team in total tackles. Him and Swesh both had 6 total tackles. He didn't have any pressures or anything. He was just all over the field. Christopher Edmonds had a pretty good game.
Can we talk about the opposite of this?
Yeah.
I'm concerned about Cam Mitchell. I have concerns that they might need to look outside of themselves to find their nickel.
I don't know if there's any nickel corners out there because all the good there's a lot of free agent corners that are actually not bad, like for it being this late in the cycle, but they're all freaking outside corners.
Got to figure it out, man. You can't. I don't know. And I hope he can turn it around. Man. Every time we turn on the tape, dude, he looks slow to me.
And it's like I never thought that was a problem in last year's. There was some of it, but like I've seen it in camp and in this game where I'm like, I didn't think that was a problem when I was talking about him in the offseason. I was like, I think he's fine with that. And fucking no. I'm going to tell you what, McLaughlин's on the clock right now. If he snipes me, he has me.
Yeah, I'm looking at DJ Reed, Charvarius Ward, Russell Douglas, Byron Murphy, Asante Samuels Jr., Stephon Gilmore.
All outside corners.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking.
But would you be better off doing that and then kicking Greg back in then?
I don't want to.
I don't know you don't want to, but we can't be having Cam Mitchell and Zay Flowers, my man.
Yeah, I
no, that you cannot.
No, that I about threw up when you said that. I really did. Maybe Miles Harden can do it.
He didn't play very well.
Okay, so all right, so McLaughlin takes Mike Evans with his first pick.
Okay.
Puts him back on the clock. Let's see if he can snipe Casey. He asked me if we were live streaming. I said, yeah, we've been talking about the picks. He'll probably see my Baker Mayfield one in a minute, and he'll probably yell at me.
I don't know what wide receiver is going to play the slot for the Packers week 3 when we're there, but it's not a player that you want to sleep on. I'll tell you that.
If it's the slot, it'll be Jaden Reed.
You think it'll be Jaden Reed?
He only plays. He doesn't even play in 2 wide receiver sets for them. He only plays in 3 exclusively. And then you add
Alvin Kamara,
Golden
man.
to it.
Mitchell. You're on the clock.
All right, this won't take long.
You already know you didn't get sniped.
And then you got the Lions who are gonna Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams you, and the Vikings who are gonna Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison you, with a good tight end. We gotta do something, man. Gotta do something.
Did I do it? Did I do the thing? Thank you,
Terry. Oh, a little Kittle. Love that pick from you. Love that pick from you.
Jacob didn't care for it.
Did not.
He did not care for that at all.
I did not. Did not much care for that.
All right. We talked about Hopkins, and that's pretty negative. Let's talk about the positive on special teams, and his name is Bajorquez. Dude is still a weapon. Dude is still a weapon. If this team can just not turn the ball over and play solid D, man, like he is a field flipping weapon. That's what he is.
Okay, A or B? A or B?
B.
Casey, there was that one punt Bajorquez had where the Carolina player was stumbling backwards because
I have 3 wide receivers
than he thought, and that was so cool to see. Like, his leg is unreal, man.
Yeah, he's got a cannon, man, and
you
are set up to play fundamentally sound football, but you need a kicker. to do so. Like that's the other part of this equation.
Is there anything else on defense, good or bad, that really stood out?
Anusium, I like him. He looked well out there.
Suck it.
Made a good account of himself.
I'm thinking.
I wonder if
Nick Needham, yeah.
Like he's played some slot before.
Yeah.
Jake, you took exactly who I was debating between. When I said A or B for everybody, A was Jackson Smith and Jigba, and B was Garrett Wilson. So I got the answer B, so I went Garrett Wilson.
I would have already taken JSN, but I already have 2 players with that same bye week.
Mm.
You know I never look at that.
Well, just so you know, everyone's got a bye week 8, it feels like. Every time I look at someone I like, and I've already got a couple of those.
Did Nick Needham get beat on a deep fade? That's a good question.
I don't know. I've only watched it once. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
But I thought that the pressure overall on the quarterback was pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we saw that. Jacob and I saw that when we went to camp. And we saw that
the touchdown
overall.
was on Devontae Casey.
Okay. I thought it overall it looked like a good group that was able to pressure the quarterback, and that was encouraging to me because you spend all this time talking about Myles Garrett and all these guys, and we're going to generate pressure, and sometimes it doesn't come to bear fruit. But in this preseason game, I thought it certainly did. They were in the face a lot. They altered a lot of plays, altered a lot of throws. So just in general, I was happy with the pressure.
I think I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I think they might sign an outside corner because I kind of think they're going to go Ronnie Hickman, KZ, Jenkins as more of the slot guys. As those guys like.
Well, Jenkins has a ton of experience in the slot.
Yeah.
Everywhere, actually. His experience is vast.
It's literally like.
He did good to not get that because they in that fight, man. Xavier Legette threw a 3-piece and went for a double leg, and he stuffed the double leg. He stuffed the double leg. That was a wild sequence of events right there, man.
Did you see how Robert Griffin III posted his daughter with her wrist up in perfect timing after he said the Browns were setting SHEDEUR up to fail? What in the world, man?
Can we talk about Zach Jackson having the most banger fucking tweet of the year when Filipponi, and if you don't know who Andrew Filipponi is, your life is better not.
It's Ken Carman's son on Twitter.
Basically. And he posted a picture of SHEDEUR walking in. He's like, SHEDEUR's walking in with an entourage. This kid doesn't get it. When it was fucking Tony Brown, his teammate, with a 7-foot walking stick, which is badass, by the way. I love a good walking stick. Walking sticks are sweet, especially when you're hiking. Walking stick. You start whenever I start a hike, I like first
you look
thing
for one.
I look for a walking stick, and then I say, "Start walking stick." What we got? Connie made a pick. She's going James Cook. No, I'm sorry. She went Marvin Harrison. Sam went James Cook because he's on auto draft because I don't think he cares.
We're rolling now. We're rolling.
Rolling around. What was I going to say? But anyway, what did he call? He said, that is his teammate, you absolute dipshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the absolute that got me. It's one thing to call him a dipshit, but to be like absolute dipshit, I was like.
Hey, man. I just pointed this out before we went live. The most talked about quarterback in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now is Shur Sanders. They've been talking about that dude I'll tell you what. Nike tweeted that shit out. Everybody's talking about SHEDEUR, and those people in Pittsburgh cannot stand it. They cannot stand it. I love it.
Well, the thing about Filipponi too is that's who he wanted the team to draft. Yeah. So he's talking about he doesn't get it. It's like I can go back and look at your tweets, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see him post a video I don't know if it was after the Steelers game or during the Steelers game where he was talking about Mason Rudolph's an NFL quarterback. Mason Rudolph's fantastic. His big long rant about Mason Rudolph, and I'm like, I've seen that train.
He's also the same guy that said Pickett to Pickens is going to be the new Montana to Rice.
Yeah.
So,
And that he would take Pickett over Mahomes. Was that what it was? Pickett
I don't
over
remember
Mahomes.
saying that, but
It was
I'm not going to be
something like
surprised
that.
if it was.
It was, they're bangers, yeah. Connie's current team is Christian McCaffrey, Devon A-Chain, Jaden Daniels, and Marvin Harrison. It's a
good squad.
She's got a pretty good 4 games. Four teams.
If Kyler Murray can get his head out of his ass, he threw an ugly interception.
Oh, dude, that's why I did not take Marvin Harrison. Like, Marvin Harrison was in the DK Metcalf is off the board.
Hey, man.
Wasn't on my board to begin with, baby.
Quincy Avery was trying to tell Kurt Warner that quarterbacks that are Quincy Avery was trying to tell Kurt Warner about what height quarterbacks are that can see over the line or can't see over the line. And Kurt Warner basically very nicely told him he's fucking wrong, and Quincy wasn't having any of it. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna trust Kurt Warner, my friend. So
the most famous, I did not put ads on, so I'm really sorry because 95 people are watching this right now, and there goes all of our revenue for the month. His most famous client is Deshaun Watson, so I'm gonna listen to Kurt Warner.
I'm gonna lean that way. But I think overall it was a very encouraging preseason game for the Browns.
It was fun.
And that's all I want for my football, man. At this point, we had enough football that wasn't fun. Let's just have some fun football, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some joint practices against the Super Bowl champions, and then a preseason game against them. I think we'll be here to break down all the interesting usage because I don't expect to see Joe Flacco. So my questions are: will Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel be healthy enough to participate? I have no idea. Hamstring injuries are really weird. And how does SHEDEUR look? Because I'm not putting any stock into Tyler Huntley. You're not going to make me do that. You're not going to make me. So
I didn't say
it's SHEDEUR, it's Dylan, it's Kenny, and one of the 3 of them are not going to be on this team. I don't know who, but one of the 3 of them are not going to be on this team. So I'm really interested to see how all of this goes. And maybe, I'll tell you this. I know Kevin doesn't really believe in playing a lot of the first stringers, which I get, okay. But I hope Cedric Tillman plays in this next game. I would really like to see Cedric.
And I hope that Fannin and Sampson play more snaps. I think Fannin played 6. They're going to be playing in the regular season, so I think you need to ramp them up a little bit. We'd like to see them get a little more run, especially when SHEDEUR's still in there.
Right. Yeah.
Help him out.
I mean, why not? So we're going to learn a lot. But I will not be here on the next episode. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Kansas City, and I'm going to eat my body weight in barbecue. So I'm going to do that. I might surprise show up if these guys will allow me to here. But we love you, and we thank you for all your support. And yes, you have 30 seconds, Professor X. You have 30 seconds because
get it in.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And I'll tell you what. I spent the preseason game hanging out with Andy, and he recorded all the new episodes of Rick and Morty. Casey, are you a Rick and Morty fan?
Yes.
You're a Rick and Morty fan? Oh, hell yeah. So I finally started watching season 8. I heard there was some criticism for some of the episodes. I haven't watched season 8 yet. Okay. I've only seen the first couple episodes, but I thought they started out really well. Okay. No. Oh, yeah. And we got Jacob Charity League going, and so we'll see how that goes. And I appreciate you. I'm turning 35, so I'm going to assume that's half my life if I'm blessed enough to get there. So So that's all I know. But we love you, and this has been a first preseason game of the Barking Brown Show. We'll keep you updated as to how we're going to be live as the season goes. But I'm Nick. He's Casey. That's Jacob. Go Browns.